All right, what's up? Oops, almost accidentally ended the stream by pressing the wrong button. What's up, everyone? We're about to get started on Hamlet Act 1. And I forgot that I wanted to do a quick announcement, so let me just do that to the Discord server, and then we're going to get started on Hamlet Act 1. I had a bunch of problems setting this up today. So I wanted to be able to show you guys the. Here, let me just finish off this notification first before finishing my thought. Here we go. Hamlet Act 1. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to be able to show you guys the annotations and stuff as we went, but I will not be able to do that because the Norton ebook is kind of bad. So I'm I'm regretting not having a Kindle version of this. Oh, they actually have the annotations right here. Never mind. Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna have to edit all this stuff out because this is very rambly. Let's get started. Hamlet Act 1. Here we go. So this is just the introduction. I'm going to skip it because I know I've already done the pre-reading last week. Let me scroll down to Act 1. More technical issues. Let me go. I see. The nerd dot. Okay, so I'm seeing how this works. Not totally Hamlet. Bruh. This thing is so hard. Okay, here. Hamlet. I'm at 175. Okay, I just need to come back to 175. Give me a sec. I'm just doing this bit of technical, because this website's so buggy that I just can't use it. All right. This website has really annoying bugs. It's shocking that this is what Norton charges for, but let me navigate to the tragedy of Hamlet, persons of the play. Okay, you know, I'll start here for now just to remind myself of the persons, and then I'll switch over to Act 1 soon. Okay. So King Claudius, right? That's the bad guy. Queen Gertrude, that's the sort of ambiguously, is she a hero or not kind of character. And then we have the ghost of Hamlet, and Polonius is a counselor, and Ophelia is a daughter to Polonius, and then we'll figure out the other kids later. I'll probably keep this open as a separate tab. Let me try that. Okay. I'll keep that open so I can come back to it if necessary. Tragedy of Hamlet, persons of the play, here we go. And then now I'm going to go to Act 1. And this should show me all of Act 1, right? Yes, it should. Okay, and then now I have to freaking figure out the. I have to find the actual content here. Okay. I think this is it. Copy link address. And yes, now I can read it cleanly, more or less. All right. It's a lot of work to use this ebook. All right, so technical bits out of the way. I'm going to get started now. Here we go. Let me try refreshing this page to fix any technical glitches here. It looks like it's very glitchy. What the heck? Oh, I see. Okay. All right, now it works. Okay, Act 1, Scene 1. Here we go. Okay, so they're just checking on each other. It's a little bit comedic. He. Wait, 1 second. Bernardo is the one. Oh, Bernardo is the one taking over for Francisco. Okay. Mouse stirring. I didn't realize that that cliche came from here, or probably came from here. Horatio and Marcellus are the rivals of Bernardo, who Bernardo has just taken over. Okay. Partners. Oh, rivals is partners in this case. Tell them to catch up. Horatio Marcellus to the Dane, which is Hamlet. Okay, yeah, King Hamlet. Give you good night. This is actually kind of cool. This annotation is pretty solid. Marcellus is asking Francisco Bernardo. Okay, there we go. Francisco literally just ran into the two of them, and I actually lost track of the blocking in my head. So I lost track of the scene while I was trying to explain this other stuff. So I got a little distracted. I'm kind of building momentum up right now. I'm a little bit like frazzled, but okay. Basically, Francisco came off. H&M are coming on with Bernardo. A piece of him? Okay, what does that mean? This thing. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of suspense. Horatio is the one being a little spooky. And then Marcellus is the one who's like, he's kind of the more objective third party right now. Touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us, the ghost. Okay. Therefore, I've been treating him along with us to watch the minutes of this night. Apparition, the ghost. He may approve, like, give proof. Yeah. And speak to the proof. Oh, only speak. Oh, no, never mind. We're trying to speak to it. We're trying to speak to the ghost. Hush, tush, tush. It will not appear. Okay, so sit down a while. Bernardo can't tell what his emotions are right now, and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story and what we have tonight seen. Sit we down. Also, Bernardo is also the one who is aware of this. Last night of all, Jan, same star that's westward from the pole, had made its course. Same star westward from the pole, that's the north pole star. What's the pole star? Has made its, yeah. Actually, what is a pole star? It's a term that I'm aware of because it's an electric car as well. Pole star, let me just check. North Star, okay, I was right. Hang on, let me put this out of the way. Okay. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is just a list of, okay. I'm gonna keep this here, but focus here. Okay, there we go. The same star that's westward from the North Star had made his course where now burns. I don't know which star that would be. The bell then beating 1. As soon as it turns 1, okay, now the ghost, peace, break thee off, look where it comes again. So the ghost has just come on. Like the king. Speak to Horatio. Looks he not a king, mark it Horatio, mostly. Okay, now we're all spooked. Okay, so Horatio the skeptic is now being challenged. What art thou that usurps this time of night together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? Basically, who are you? That looks like the king. It is offended. See, it stalks away. Stay. Okay, the ghost just leaves. 'Tis gone, will not answer. How now, Horatio? Okay, so Horatio is actually the more technically objective one because Marcellus and Bernardo were the ones who believed, and now Horatio has just been converted. There is a ghost. As thou art to thyself, such was the very armor he had on when he, the ambitious Norway, combated. The armor he had against Norway, because Denmark versus Norway. I don't know the history there. So frowned he once when in an angry conversation, encounter, he smote the Pollux, the poles on the ice, 'tis strange. 'Tis strange. With martial stock hath he gone. I wonder what this little detail is doing here. I can't tell what this detail is doing here. It's like about this moment of anger of the king. Thus twice before, and jump at this, that, and exactly at this that hour, with martial creeping, right? Stalk, sure. He gone by our watch. In what particular thought to work, I know not. So this is the third time he came, third visitation now. But in my IMHO, this bodes some strange eruption to our state, some encounter. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Calamity to our state. This is foreshadowing something negative for the country. Good now. Tell me he that knows why his same so nightly told us the subject of the land. Good now. Wait. Yeah, sure. Sit down. Tell me he that knows. Who's he talking to right now? Why the same strict and most observant watch so nightly told us the subject of the land, why with such daily cost of brazen cannon and foreign mart, for implements of war? This is armor, I'm assuming? Trade? No, foreign trade for implements of war. Why such an impress of shipwrights, drafting of shipwrights? What is shipwrights? I'm trying to figure out what this sent. Carpenter who builds ships. Okay. Whose sore task does not divide the Sunday from the week. What might be toward this, that this sweaty haze doth make the night joint labor with the day? Who can tell me this? Okay. Whoever knows, please tell me. Sit down and tell me why the same strict and most observant watch requires a country subjects to toil every night. Okay, so why this duty is requiring us, the subjects of this country. Why do we need to do this thing? Which such daily cost? Okay, with such an expensive task of dealing of I guess the expensive task of keeping the watch with the cannons and the trade for implements of war. So just lots of stuff. Okay, why such? Whose sore task? Wait, so we're employing for this daily watch. We're employing the shipwrights, whose task does not divide the Sunday from the week. Does not divide the Sunday from the week. Basically, they're working 7 days a week, I think. What might be appropriate coming? Okay, what might be coming such that we have to make so much work, working day and night. So suddenly we're changing the topic, and I'm actually a little, okay, it took me a while to figure out what the heck was happening here, but basically it's like, oh, why do we need to do such an expensive watch? Why do we need to keep such an expensive watch, which includes like cannons and ships and working day and night? What is this thing that's happening that we're so scared of? Again, more foreshadowing, but this time now the foreshadowing is not about the ghost. This foreshadowing is about the thing that's going to happen, the strange eruption to the state. Okay, it took me a while to figure out what was happening there, and I'm going to move on now. That I can. Okay, so Horatio is about to say what's going on. We're in the exposition stage, and we're just learning the situation right now, the setting. At least the rumor is that our last king was by Fortinbras of Norway, pricked upon by an rivalrous pride, dared to the combat in which our valiant Hamlet, for so this side of our known world esteemed him, did slay Fortinbras, who by a sealed compact, well ratified, okay, did forfeit his life, all these his lands, with his life, all these, okay, so Fortinbras of Norway our last king was pricked upon by a pride, that is Fortinbras, and he fought and slayed Fortinbras, and now legally has a claim to all these his lands, the lands of and which he held possession of to the conqueror. Against the which an equal portion was staked by our king, which had returned, which would have gone to the inheritance of Fortinbras had he been the vanquisher, had Fortinbras been the vanquisher. So basically, Hamlet has defeated Fortinbras in a duel of some sort and is now entitled to the lands of Fortinbras, as by the same covenant and carriage of the article designed, executions, his fell to Hamlet. Had he been the way, as by the same covenant as designed, and carriage of the article designed. Okay, wow, the grammar of this one is really hard, actually. His fell to Hamlet, as by the same his fell to Hamlet, was gauged by which. I'm losing track of the freaking. There's so many subordinate clauses or deep, like relative clauses here. I'm actually a little overwhelmed, but I don't think it's that important, so I'm going to move on. Now, Sir Fortinbras, young Fortinbras, the prince of, young hot Fortinbras, hath in the skirts of Norway here and there, short of a list of lawless resolutes for food and diet to some enterprise that hath the stomach in it. He's getting some mercenaries, basically, that had the stomach in it, which is no other, as doth well appear unto our state, but to recover us by strong hand in terms compulsory, those foresaid lands, so by his father lost. And this, I take it, is the main motive of our preparations, to prepare against the Fortinbras, the prince, who is trying to take over his lands. Okay. Wow, that was hard. The source of this our watch and the chief head of this post haste and rummage in the land. I think it'd be no other but so. That seems correct to me, Bernardo says. Well may it come out, well may it be fitting that this portentous figure comes armed to our watch to let the king. So we're now attributing the ghost to this particular reason. So we're basically justifying the apparition. And I'm already feeling some irony here. I feel like that's not actually the reason why the ghost is here. I think everyone knows this. If you're into Hamlet, I'm not 100% sure of this personally, but it's just a gut feeling. That's not the real reason why the ghost of King Hamlet is here. So there's a little bit of dramatic irony, especially if you know the story of Hamlet. You'll feel like, oh, that's the wrong conclusion. A mote it is to trouble the mind's eye. A little before the mighty Julius fell. We're doing some historical analogy. The graves stood tenantless and the sheeted dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman streets as stars. A mote it is to trouble the mind's eye. A little dust it is to trouble the eye. Before the mighty the graves stood tenantless and the graves stood tenantless. There were no people in the graves, and the shrouded dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman. Oh, people were not being buried. They were just dead in the streets. Squeak and gibber sounds kind of like the mice were eating the corpses. Sounds kind of gross. As stars with trains of fire and dews of blood, disasters in the sun. As stars with trains of fire and dews of blood. Disasters in the sun. As stars with trains of fire and dews of blood, disasters in the sun and the moist star upon whose influence. What is the moist star? The moon. Okay. Upon whose influence Neptune's empire stands. Okay. Oh, Neptune as in the oceans, was sick almost a doomsday with eclipse. Sick almost a doomsday with eclipse. So the moon, so weird things were happening in the sun, in the sky, and even like the precursor of feared events as harbingers proceeding still, always, as harbingers proceeding always, and even like the precursor of feared events as harbingers proceeding always, the fates and prologue to the omen going on, have heaven and earth together demonstrated unto our climatures and countrymen. Okay, long analogy. So this whole thing is I'm guessing just a big analogy as all of this have happened in the past. Now heaven and earth are demonstrating some issue is coming. Okay, so we're just foreshadowing. Whew, that was hard too. That was hard. Okay, Hamlet is actually wrecking me right from the get-go. I was not expecting it to be this hard. Okay, just grammatically, just breaking it down and figuring out the meaning. I guess I can get the gist pretty quickly, but actually trying to break down the grammar of the sentences, that's actually taking quite a bit of time. But soft, behold, lo, where it comes again. The ghost is back, and this is the first time. It's the third visitation, and it's the first time this is happening. I'll cross it. I'll fight with it. No, okay. Though it blast me, wither me. Stay, illusion. Spreads his arms. Spreads his arm like a hug. If thou hast any sound of voice, speak. If there be any good to be done, may to thee do ease and grace to me. That may, okay. If we can chill a little bit, speak. If thou art privy to the country's fate, please let us know the future of this country. Or if thou hast apported in thy life extorted treasure in the womb of the earth, which they say your spirits often walk in death, speak of the extorted treasure in the womb of the earth. Oh, so if you've committed some sort of crime, I guess, when you were still alive, like confess it? Is that the idea here? I don't fully understand. I'm going to try reading this one more time to try to figure out what the heck is going on, but I'm going to move on because I don't think it's that important. Or if thou hast abhorred in thy life extorted treasure in the womb of the earth. If you have stolen and stored up extorted treasures, and by the way, they say spirits oftentimes walk in death for this kind of treasure, for this kind of stolen treasure. If that is the case, please speak of this. Yeah, so it does sound like what I just said. It sounds like confess your guilt. It sounds like that. The cock crows. Okay, scary. Whew. Stay and speak. Stop it, Marcellus. Shall I strike it with my sword? Do it. Do, if it will not stand. We're trying to get it to stop. The ghost. Tis here. Tis here. Do it, Marcellus. Tis here. Tis here. I actually don't know how to read this. Tis gone. I think they're panicking. Do it if it will not stand. Tis here. Tis here. Okay, they're panicking, and then tis gone, which is kind of funny. We do it wrong, being so majestical to offer it the show of violence. Okay, Marcellus is the one who suggested attacking it, and Horatio again is kind of the leader in this little pack. But Marcello is saying we shouldn't have threatened it. Yes, it was about to speak when the cock crew. So the cock crew, the rooster crowing, is Barnardo's hypothesis. Then it started like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons. Doff with his loft and shrill await the god of day. Yes, okay. And we're kind of just right now with all this exposition, we're kind of just getting the general mythical backdrop of Hamlet. You know, we're kind of alluding to the Greeks, the Romans, quite a bit. We have Neptune in the mix. We have the god of day. Is that Phoebus Apollo in the mix? We have earlier there was one more, I think. I don't think I could find it right away, but anyway. Uh, yeah, we had, so we're kind of like putting a backdrop to all the action, and all of scene one, all we're really doing at this point is just building up this foreshadowing. Okay, it's like some bad thing's gonna happen. We don't exactly know what. They think it has something to do with Fortinbras coming in, but it could be something else. It feels like it's gonna be something else. It feels like there's some dramatic irony where it's not what they're saying is not what's actually gonna happen. So we're just speculating right now. Okay, and we have this ghost who keeps coming and it's being mysterious. We're being spooky. Okay, we're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And Adam's warning: whether in sea or fire, in earth or air, the extravagant and erring spirit hies to its confine. The wandering ghost is going back due to the day coming, due to the day rising, and of the truth in this. Wait, where's this "and" coming from? I have heard the cock doth awake the god, and at the warning of the cock, and this present object made probation of the truth in this. I see. This is a really hard final in a meta clause, but basically it's just saying of the truth of the power of the rooster, this present occurrence has just proven. Okay. I've heard all this, and hey, look, we just got an example. It's true. Damn. I remember doing a Romeo and Juliet stream maybe like a year ago or maybe half a year ago, and I don't remember it being this hard to read. So, hey, if anyone wants to read Hamlet and just parse the grammar, I think this stream will be helpful for you, because I'm going to do most of the heavy lifting for you in terms of just parsing the sentences. The ghost faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ever against that season comes. This bird of dawning singeth all night long during the Christmas season, and then they say no spirit dare stir abroad. So this is a little bit of Christmas mythology. The rooster crows all through Christmas, and so during the Christmas time, everything's magical, everything is peaceful. Okay. And so have I heard, and do in part believe it. But look, the morn in the rustle, the reddish brown, mantle clad, walks over the dew. Okay, now the sun is coming up. So that means that now this whole scene has actually, in playtime, it's already been 6 hours. Okay, let us tell Hamlet this. Wow, that was hard. Okay. Quick break. Let me recover. So in the first scene, not a lot actually happens. Basically, it's just they see a ghost, and the ghost comes back, and there's a lot of speculation, and there's a lot of sort of mythical analogies that come out, and things just feel generally foreboding. Okay, it's like ominous. So things are just generally bad, and the only action that happens after that is now we have just decided to talk to Hamlet. To Prince Hamlet. There's also some exposition that explains that Fortinbras, the Prince Fortinbras, the young Fortinbras, is maybe about to invade, and Denmark is building up its defenses in preparation. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. Hiccups. King of Denmark. What is this?
Though yet of Hamlet.
Oh, you can actually... Oh, there's like a recording for every... Oh. Okay, so it's because I'm so zoomed in that I can't see it, but... Oh, I see. There's like these little things on the side, but I'll skip all that. Lines 1 through 157, you can actually have a reading of it. Okay. I'm going to skip all that, though. Back to 1, 2. Here we go. Okay, we're at the castle. Here we go. Claudius, Gertrude, Polonius, Laertes, and council members. Hamlet. Others, including Voltaman and Cornelius. Cornelius being some other person. Okay, let me just double check. Who's Cornelius? Cornelius is ambassadors. Voltaman is also an ambassador. And they are, so there's a council, and the council is a little bit different. Do we have council members? Where's the council members? Okay, we just have Polonius and Laertes, who are the council members. I'm just going to move on there. So we have the council, we have the king and queen and prince, and we have the ambassadors. Okay. So, yes. Hamlet is still fresh with grief, yet so far hath discretion fought with nature. So wait, nature is probably on the side of crying, right? That we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with together with remembrance for ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, have we, as it were, with the defeated joy, with mirth and funeral, and with dirge and marriage. Oh, we're going to get married. Oh. So, we're... okay, so, bro's like, my brother just died. I'm going to become king. Marry me. Okay, that's what's happening right now. Have we, as it were, with the defeated joy, with an auspicious dropping eye, auspicious and dropping, right? So hoping and dropping, mirth and funeral, dirge and marriage, equals to Gawain, delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we barred herein your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along for all thanks. Okay, so he's actually addressing all the counselors, all the ambassadors. Now follows that young Fortinbras, holding a weak suppose of our worth, poor opinion of our ability, or thinking about our late brother's death, our state to be disjointed out of frame, coldly with this dream of his advantage, of this idea, this illusion that he has, he hath not failed to pester us with message, importing concerning the surrender of those lands lost by his father, with all obligations of the law, to our most valiant. So he has been sending messages. So much for him. Bro, fuck off. Now for ourselves and for this time of meeting, it's more like, okay, that's dealt with. Thus, much the business is, we have here writ to Norway, the impotent and bedrid uncle, scarcely hears of his nephew's purpose, and in that the levies, lists, and full portion are made out of his subject. Okay, so he's not... So he's not stopping, the weak uncle is not stopping young Fortinbras. And we here dispatch you, Cornelius and Voltaman, our bearers, our ambassadors, of this greeting to old Norway, giving to you no further personal power to business with the king. Okay, so do your job. Interesting how Shakespeare's being pretty technical with these legal little constraints. It's kind of interesting. I haven't read enough Shakespeare to see how that progression plays out over the course of his career, but yeah, he's being pretty technical with these things. We will show our duty. We doubted nothing, hardly farewell. Now the ambassadors are gone. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? Okay, Laertes is Polonius's son, and Polonius is a counselor. Okay, of some issue, some request. Okay, you cannot speak of reason to the Dane. Is this the prince, the Danish king, and lose your voice? Okay. This is just a general. You have to speak up. Wait, what? What could you ask of me that I would not offer before you asked? So Laertes is scared to make this request. So Laertes, okay, so what we're doing is just we're just building up the drama here. The head is not more native to the heart. The hand is not more instrumental to the mouth than is the throne of Denmark to your father. Okay. I am as connected to your father Polonius as the heart is connected to the heart. As the head is connected to the heart, and the hand is connected to the mouth. Do not fear. Speak up, brother, or speak up, child. My revered lord, my dread lord. Let me go back to France. Yet now I must confess that duty done, I want to go back. Okay. Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius? He hath, my lord. Upon his will, my heart, Oh, reluctant. Oh, did not expect that. Okay. Please let him go. Take the fare. Our time be thine. Okay. But now my cousin Hamlet and my son, cousin Hamlet, kinsman, and my son, but now my cousin Hamlet. Okay, cousin as in just literally, in this case, nephew, and my son. A little more than kin and less than kind. What does that mean? Okay, the near in kin, the less in kindness was proverbial. That indicates first that there is little warmth in their new. Okay. Incestuous as the marriage that produced their unnatural kinship. I see. That's interesting. So we're getting spicy right away here. We're being aggressive. Hamlet is being a little bit sardonic here. A little more than kin, and we are less than kind. You're fucking my mother. What the hell? Okay. All right. That's basically what's going on here. Okay. How is it that the clouds still hang on you? The king is being reasonable here. Not so much, my lord. I am too much in the sun. Okay. And this always happens with Shakespeare. We always get that little witty, the witty character. Okay. We get the witty character. I am too much in the sunshine of the sun. Cast thy nighted color off and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark, the king, and the country. It's both. It's a synecdoche, or it's a metonym. It's a metonym. But it refers to both. In this case, do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. We have to move, passing through nature to eternity. He is now in heaven. I, madam, it is common. Okay, we're also the footnote is unclear. I know, I, madam, it is common, if it be. Why seems it so particular with thee, so prickly, personal with thee? Okay, there we go. Seems, it is personal. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, cold mother. Nor 'tis not my inky cloak alone. Hang on, I'm going to finish the sentence. That can denote me true. Okay, it's not my inky cloak that can denote me truly. It's not my seeming that can represent me truly. Okay, my seeming does not capture my truth, my actuality. Okay, whoa, okay. So then we're gonna finish the rest of this list. It's not my inky cloak, not my suits of sullen black, not my windy suspirations like sighs of forced breath. No, not the weeping, nor the dejected behavior of the visage, together with all of my seeming that truly denotes me. Indeed, these indeed seem, for they are actions that a man might play. This is kind of a funny like double entendre here, in the sense that we're, especially with the word play, I mean, we are on a stage, by the way, so we are seeming these things. So there's a bit of that like double layer, but I'm not sure if that's fruitful to even think about. It's just a thought that I had in the moment. Let's move on. But I have that within which passes show. I have that thing within which is beyond show. The the show, these, but the trappings and the suits of woe. This is, I think, this modifier is just modifying the word show. I think show is a noun here. It has to be a noun here. 'Tis sweet and commendable to give these morning duties. Get over your dead father. And survive for some time to do obsequious sorrow. But to persevere in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. It is unmanly, incorrect to heaven, a heart unfortified, mind impatient. You seem weak, ununderstanding, simple. You seem dumb and childish. For what we know must be and is as common as any the most vulgar thing to sense. Why should we in our people's opposition take it to heart? Fie, 'tis a fault to heaven, a fault against the dead, a fault to nature, to reason most absurd, whose common theme is death of father, who still hath cried from the first corpse till he that died today. This must be so. Well, you are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which, okay, I love you dearly, is what he's saying, but don't be an idiot. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg is most retrograde, contrary to his desire, bend you to remain here. Do not go back to school. Okay. So we're getting a very sort of like cold father, and we're getting a very sort of sarcastic and kind of like sort of tongue wagging sort of son or nephew. Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. Please stay with us. Obey you, madam. Smiling. Yeah, so, and the reason the king feels a little bit cold and is because he talks so stiff. This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet. Like Hamlet, if you actually compare the speech, Hamlet speaks, first of all, not as long, okay? He doesn't speak as long, and yes, he uses a bit of flourish here, but he's kind of straight to the point in a way that the king. I don't know. Actually, it would take me a little bit more time to analyze the language here, but I feel some coldness, some roughness, not roughness, some clumsiness, clunkiness in the language here. Okay. Come away. Okay, Hamlet is alone. Whew. Okay, so we had a big formal setting, and now we're gonna have a private moment. Okay, I'm just realizing I'm getting stuck on sallied. Let's go. Right, a sally is like, yes. Oh, that this too sallied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his law against suicide. O God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses, business of this world. Fie on it. Fie, 'tis an unweeded garden that grows his seed. Okay, we're being emo. If only I would just melt and die and become dew. F this world, this unweeded garden that grows to seed. I don't understand this part. This world is, I don't get that. Things rank and gross in nature possess it entirely. That it should come thus, not even 2 months. So excellent a king that was to this, Hyperion to a satyr. Hang on, I don't know Greek mythology very well. Let me catch up. That king was to this as the son is to the. Oh, we're insulting the uncle. Okay, the uncle is a lustful half goat, and the king is Hyperion. Okay. might not be team. Permit the winds of heaven, visit her face to her, you must remember. Okay, so we have like a nice, romantic, kind king father. And we are comparing this gentle father to this satyr, this goat, this sexually crazed goat-like uncle who just married his mother. Why she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on, yet within a month, let me not think on it. Frailty, thy name is woman. I remember this. A little month or before ere those shoes were old, which she followed my poor father's body, like now it would be all tears. She was turned to stone. Why is she, oh God, a beast that wants discourse of reason, would have mourned longer. Oh wait, I'm getting lost with this comparison. Let me redo this. Why she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on. I'm assuming him here is talking about the uncle, Claudius. No. And yet, because of the yet, it must be talking about the father. And then this is just, let me not think of it that frailty thy name is woman. This is just an aside. This is just an interjection to the, he's just like, he's just interrupting his own, I can't think about this. Woman. I can't deal with woman. Like he's kind of just saying this on the side. And yet within a little month, before those shoes were old with which she followed before she mourned enough, why? This why is repeating this why. Okay, so we're still in the same grammatical structure. She, oh God, a beast that wants discourse of reason would have mourned longer. Again, this is another interjection. This is just another aside. Okay, why? She married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules. There we go. And we're actually humbling himself. Hamlet does not think that highly of himself, at least not in terms of that manly sense. Within a month, okay. I must hold my tongue. Okay, so he's just upset basically that she married him so quickly. This crude man. And now from scene 1, the 3 characters. Hail to your lordship. So right now the scene is Hamlet is just standing there alone, maybe kneeling, maybe sitting, but crying, weeping, whining. And now we're going to get news of the ghost of the father. Horatio, or do I forget myself? The same. I'll change that name with you. And what make you from Wittenberg? Why are you not in Wittenberg, Horatio Marcellus? A truant disposition. I mean, this just means he's kind of like neglecting his duty, right? Shirking. He's just, okay, whatever. I would not hear your enemy say so. To make it truster of your own report against yourself. You're not truant. Okay, so I don't believe your excuse. We'll teach you to drink before you depart. Father's funeral. My mother's wedding. It followed hard upon very quickly. Did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Okay. Would I have met my dearest foe in heaven? Or ever I had seen that day. I think I see my father, warlord, in my mind's eye. I saw him once. He was a goodly king. He was a man. He's a great man. Oh, I literally think I saw him yesterday. What? The king, my father? Okay, so this is where Hamlet kind of, he'll probably like scrunch his face. It's like, what are you talking about? Temper your surprise and listen. What happened? For God's love, let me hear, Hamlet, this emo boy. In the dead waste, middle of the night. So one thing about Horatio is that he's actually in the same school. I'm trying to figure out what's up with Horatio. He's just a companion to Hamlet. Okay, so yeah, he's maybe even a school friend, like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Uh, Armed at point exactly, head to foot, appears before them, solemn march, stately, thrice within his truncheon's length, while they stand dumb and speak not to him. This in dreadful secrecy in part they did. They told me this in secrecy, in respect, in hushed secrecy, and I with them, the third night, kept the watch, and whereas they had told me, both in time, each were made true. Yes, it's your father. The hands are not more like. My own hands are not more alike than the ghost was to the father, to your actual father. Where was this? Upon the platform, did you not speak? It made no answer. It lifted up its head, but even then, but just as the morning cock crew loud, it vanished. Very strange. Writ down to let you know. Yes. Hold you the watch. Yes. Armed. Yes. Yes. Saw you not his face. Beaver up. Looked he frowningly, red or pale. Fixed his eyes constantly. I would have been there. Longer. Grizzled. No, it was sable silvered. I will watch tonight. Okay, I warn it will. I guess I'm assuming. I guarantee it will. Oh, interesting. If it assume my noble father the person, I shall speak to it. Though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I will definitely speak to it. Let it be tenable, able to be held. In your silence still, whatsoever I shall hap tonight, give it understood with no tongue. I'll requite your loves. I will return your loves. Great. I pray you all, if you ever to conceal this side, let it be. Don't talk about it. Know it, but don't speak it. Okay, there we go. I'll visit you. Your loves is mine to you. Farewell. I doubt, I suspect, there we go. All is not well. Okay. Foul play. So foul play gives an alternative interpretation to some extent. An alternative interpretation of the apparition. Hamlet thinks Hamlet is not immediately thinking of Fortinbras. I mean, I might be biased because I roughly know the story, but yes, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. All right. Let's see. I'm about halfway through Act 1, but I don't really have the time to finish off Act 1, so at least not today. Well, it depends really on how hard it is to read. I mean, the first scene was so hard to read, it slowed me down quite a bit. I kind of want to finish it. Hang on. I can't find it. Okay, let me just. Oh, 1.3. 1.3. Okay. Next time I'll be able to search it that way. Okay, maybe I'll let me see. Can I make it through? I'm gonna just double check my messages real quick. All right, I'll be able to go. I'm gonna try reading another scene and see where we are after that. Laertes, Ophelia, necessaries embarked. Okay, Laertes is going to France, Paris. Sister Ophelia. Do not sleep, but let me hear from you. Huh. What the heck does that mean? Trifling of his hold it a fashion and a toy in blood. A violet in the youth of prime nature. Forward. Not permanent perfume. Okay, so Hamlet is interested in Ophelia, but he's basically a fuckboy, is what Laertes is saying. Okay, so no more, but so. So Ophelia is still wanting it? The attention? Think it no more. For growing nature does not grow alone in muscles and bulks, but as this body waxes and wanes, right, grows, the inward responsibility of the mind also grows wide together. Perhaps he loves you now. He loves you now. Who is this he? And now no soil nor coddle doth besmirch the virtue of his will. Oh, I just lost track. This is Laertes talking. Do not think of it. The inward sort of grows wide with thought. Okay. But you must fear his greatness weighed, his will is not his own. He may not as unvalued. Okay. Carve for himself for. Okay. So whatever his love is, that love is not going to be real. What's up? That love is not going to be real because he is a king, or he's going to be a king. And therefore must his choice be circumcised unto the voice and yielding of the body of the state, whereof he is the head. Then if he says he loves you, it fits your wisdom so far to believe it, as he in his particular act and place may give a saying deed, which is no further than the main voice. Okay, so he can't fully love you, or unless without the permission basically of the country. Then weigh what loss your honor may sustain if with too credent you listen to his entreaties, or lose your heart, your chaste treasure, okay, upon open to his uncontrolled importunity. Fear it. Keep you in the rear, control your love. The chariest maid is prodigal enough, risk-taking enough, if she amass her beauty to the moon. Wait, that maid can never be too cautious. The moon was classically figured as chaste, while the sun was associated with passion. We're trying to stay away from the sun. Okay, yeah. So the moon is less, right, the sun is the more passionate one, but even to the moon, to the chaste moon, you have to keep yourself covered. It's an exaggeration here, hyperbole, quote unquote. Virtue itself scapes, not calumnious. I actually forgot this word. It's funny because as the SAT gets easier with the vocabulary, I'm actually forgetting hard words as well. Yes, a misrepresentation. Okay. Virtue itself scapes not to calumnious strokes. The canker galls the infant of the spring. Okay. Wait, what is escaping? Escape. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Virtue cannot escape calumnious strokes. Okay, basically, in youth, you get screwed. So, girl, sister, you are young. Do not fall prey to his love. Be wary then. Okay. I shall defect this list. Keep us watchman. But good, my brother. Ungracious. Show me the steep and thorny way to heaven. Wow. Okay, yeah. Well, you better listen to your own advice, right? You're telling me not to have love, right? So what are you going to do? Oh, fear me not. Yeah. Polonius comes in. I'm trying to remember who Polonius is. Polonius is the father of Laertes. I stay too long, but here my father comes. A double blessing is double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second leaf. Oh, we're saying goodbye to the father a second time. Still here. Get out of here. And you are still here. Your people are waiting for you. There, my blessing is with thee. Look thou inscribe? What? And these he persists. Oh, inscribe these. Make sure to inscribe my few precepts into your memory. Don't speak your thoughts. Don't act your thoughts, unproportioned thoughts. Be friendly but not, yes, vulgar. Grapple them. Stay true to close friends, to true friends. Do not callous your palm with entertainment of random people. Okay, random people. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in. Bear manages so that they. Okay, good. Once you are in a fight, just fight. So it's interesting right now in scene 3. We're just kind of scoping out, or we're kind of fleshing out the landscape of morality, the ethical world that we're in, of these kings and princes and whatever's, these counselors. Don't love a king or prince. Don't love a prince. Don't be too friendly with people. And it's a sort of paranoid world, actually, that we're in. Listen to everyone, don't talk to everyone. There we go. Reserve your judgment. Be modest. Okay, the French look good. Don't be a borrower or a lender. No loans. Husbandry of economy. If you have no loans, given or taken, then you will be honest. Okay. Your servants wait. I'm assuming wait, yes. Ophelia, remember well what I've said to you. Okay, so we have like a morally positive force here. Laertes, Ophelia, Polonius. So we're establishing some sort of authority on this side. So we have Hamlet, who is emo. We have Polonius, Laertes, Ophelia, morally good. Hamlet, probably morally good, but kind of moody, hard to predict. And then we have Claudius, kind of evil. All right, here we go. What is it, Ophelia, he said to you? Something regarding the Lord Hamlet? Well bethought. Given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most, if it be so, I must tell you do not understand your excluded. What is it between you? Many tenders, many offers of his affection to me. You speak like a green girl, inexperienced. Do you believe his tenders? Okay. I do not know, my lord, what I should think. Mary, I will teach you. Think yourself a baby. For true pay, which are not true. Protect yourself more dearly, or not to crack the wind of the poor phrase, ruin the phrase with overworking. Okay, so we're not to. You'll tender me a fool. So he's just putting a hat on it. He's no pun intended, but or kind of. He's not saying no pun intended, but basically something like I'm gonna make another pun. You'll tender me a fool. You'll render me a fool. You'll seem yourself a fool. Okay, sure. My lord, he hath importuned me with love. Fashion, you may call it. Go to. Holy vows of heaven. I don't believe you. You're so silly. Words are just words. Scanter, okay, of your maiden presence, as in show yourself less. Then a command. Yeah, just because he wants to talk to you, don't talk to him. Okay, play harder to get, basically. For Lord Hamlet, so much in him that he is young, and with larger tether may walk than he may be given to you. Okay, so he's because of his youth, he's saying more than he can promise. In few, in brief, do not believe them. Breathing like. Okay, so what's interesting about scene three actually is that we're actually scene three is we really spend a lot of time at the beginning and at the end. We spend a lot of time kind of talking down Hamlet. We're making Hamlet seem kind of childish, like a fool, and that definitely colors the rest of this. So interesting. Okay, we're actually this overall scene is actually making Hamlet look worse. So that creates a much more complex character for us here. We're at the cattle's battlements now. Here we go. There abides shrewdly, it is very cold, nipping eager. What hour it's cold? Heard it not. Nears a season, time when, okay, two cannons go off. Whoa. The king doth wake, takes his rouse, revels and carouses. Okay. How do you pronounce that? Oops. Wait. Oh, you can see it. Sorry, I just have a minor technical issue here. Okay. Wazzle.
Wassail.
Okay. He wazzles. Wassail. There's two pronunciations here. But the verb, I'm going to carouse. But that's a noun here. Wassail feels like it would be the verb form, honestly. All right, I'll just move on. Keeps wazzle and the swaggering upspring reel. So in this case, it's wazzle. Keeps wazzle and the swaggering upspring reels and the swaggering upspring reels. And as he drains his draughts of Rhenish down, the kettle drum and trumpet thus bray out the triumph of his pledge. Is it a custom? I merit is. Because of the marriage, because of the wedding. But to my mind, I'm native here, to the manor born. It's a custom more honored in the breach than in the observance. This makes us traduce and tax of other nations. They clap us. They call us drunkards. Okay, it's a bad custom. We should abandon this custom. So we have a interesting morally kind of wise Hamlet here. The pith and marrow of our attribute. It makes us weak. So often it chances in particular men that for some vicious mole, that little blemish in them, as in their birth, wherein they are not guilty, since nature cannot choose its origin by their overgrowth of some complexion of breaking down the pales and forts of reason because of drink. The alcohol is harming them by some habit too much over leavens. The form of pleasing manners, okay, makes it takes something that is pleasing by itself and makes it kind of gross because it's too much. The sort of friendliness you get when you are drunk. That these men, being nature's clothing, or fortune's star, or the blemish caused by fortune, be they as pure as grace, as infinite as man may undergo, sustain, carrying, I say, the stamp of one's defect, his virtues else. Shall, in the generous censure, take corruption. So, a particular fault, that drama. So the general, there's actually a very similar monologue in Romeo and Juliet talking about nature. I don't really remember that monologue right now, but you know, the human nature is not perfect. It has this like little, it has these blemishes, and you can actually with alcohol you can amplify this blemish. Is I think the general idea here. I didn't read this one so slowly that I can actually 100% break down exactly what it's saying, but that's the general idea, and I'm pretty confident in that. The dram of eel, the tiny amount of eel. Let me quickly. The dram of, alcohol. I'm guessing. Okay, ale. Eel is ale. The little tiny amount of alcohol doth all the noble substance of a doubt to his own scandal. Doth to his own scandal, to his own. Does scandal to his own. It scandalizes, does shames to his own shame. I can't. You know what? I can't grammatically parse that right now, but I'll just move on because it's not that important. Look, my Lord, it comes. Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Okay, we have the ghost. Health or goblin damned. Bring with thee heirs from heaven or blast from hell. Wicked or charitable, we're asking. Thou comes in such questionable shape. I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dano. Answer me. Tell me why thy canonized bones, hearsed in death, have burst our cerements, while the sepulchre was interred, have oped his ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. Honestly, this is quite beautiful. What may this mean that thou dead corpse against in complete steel revisits thus the glimpses of the moon, making night hideous, and we fools of nature so horridly to shake our disposition with thoughts beyond the reaches of our soul? Say, why is this? Wherefore? Go away with it. He wants to speak directly. It weighs you to a more removed ground, but do not go with it. No, by no means. It will not speak, then I will follow it. So right, Hamlet is going to be the courageous one, obviously. I do not set my life at a pin's fee. My life is not worth anything. Toward the flood, my lord, to suicide, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff. Okay, yeah. Sovereignty of reason, drawn to man. Think of it, Think of it, the very place puts toys of desperation without more motive into every brain. It might make you crazy. It weighs me still. I'll follow thee. You shall not go. Hold off. Be ruled. You shall not go. My faith cries out. Makes every artery, right, of course, as hardy as the Nemean-lized nerve. I am steeled by this. I am emboldened by this. Unhand me. I'll follow thee. Okay, so kind of a dramatic scene actually. You have them kind of pulling on him. Have after, to what issue will this? What will happen here? Nay, let's follow him. Let's watch. Okay, final scene. Here we go. Whither wilt thou leave me speak? I'll go no. Mark me. The ghost speaks. I will. My hour is almost come. Must render up myself. Okay, this is the end of the ghost. The end of the ghost's time on this earth. Pity me not, but listen to me. So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear. What? I am thy father's spirit. I am bound to hear, and you are bound to hear revenge. No, you are bound to revenge when you hear. I speak, I am bound to hear. You are also bound to revenge after you hear. Okay, is what it's saying here. It's like, what? Revenge? I am thy father's spirit, doomed, and for the day confined to fast in fires. Then my days of nature are burnt and purged away. Okay, so I'm in hell basically, so not heaven, okay. But I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I am not allowed, except for the fact that I am not allowed to tell you the tales of hell, which would harrow up your soul, freeze your blood, your two eyes start from their spheres, thy nod, which reminds me of like the Looney Tunes scenes when the eyes pop out. Thy knotted and combined locks depart, will separate your locks with your hair, and each particular hair to stand on end like quills upon a... So very Looney Tunesy actually. This is actually pretty funny. But this eternal blaze must not be to yours. List, if you ever loved your father. Oh God, revenge his foul and most unnatural murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural. Haste me to know it. I find thee apt, appropriate, I guess, and duller shouldst thou be than the fat weed that rots itself in ease on Leith warped. Wait, how do you pronounce the river? Mike. Lethe. All right. In Lethe Wharf, I find thee apt. Okay, I find you maybe overly excited, but actually you need to be not excited. Calm down. Hamlet here. It's being said that sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. That is the rumor. So the whole of it is by a lie, abused. Our country is abused by this lie. But no, The serpent that did sting my life. Now where's okay? The serpent is the uncle himself. Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle. Now it's funny. It's funny because Act One, Scene Three really cast a lot of doubt on Hamlet's credibility. So it actually makes this ghost. I don't fully believe Hamlet because Hamlet is having private conference with his ghost, and right before this, we were talking about Bernardo and Horatio and whoever the guards were saying the ghost might make you mad. So actually, this whole thing that Hamlet is. This whole conversation that Hamlet is having, he's an unstable, unreliable, not narrator, but he's an unreliable relayer of the truth. Like we can't fully believe this, right? Hamlet just had this ghost tell him that the uncle murdered his father. Sounds like a crazy person, right? So what are we supposed to do with this? That incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wits, with traitorous gifts, abilities, right? Oh, wicked wit and gifts that have the power so to seduce one to his shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Seeming virtuous. Now we're crazy. Because now there's two interpretations happening, and this is the first time I'm actually getting properly excited by the story. Because Hamlet has a little bit of distrust of his own mother right now. And this is like, if your parents have ever been divorced and you took sides on this, right? And you kind of hate either your mom or your father, or if you've ever watched a movie like that or read a book like that where a son or daughter is highly distrustful of one of their parents, right? It's kind of like that. And now we have this ghost just like whispering into his ear, your mother's a slut, right? Basically. Crazy, actually. And this is making me really excited because now I can't tell how crazy Hamlet actually is, the Prince Hamlet. Okay, I'm going to move on, all right? Oh, Hamlet, what falling off was there from me whose love was of that dignity, that it went hand in hand even with a vow I made to her in marriage. And to decline upon a wretch, this is the uncle, but virtue as it will never be moved though lewdness court it in the shape of heaven. Interesting. So lust will sate itself in a celestial bed and prey on garbage. Now, whose lust are we talking about right now? So virtue is not moved by lewdness, even if lewdness is disguised in the shape of heaven. But lust will prey on garbage. So virtue versus lust. Now, what's interesting here is there's actually multiple directions of lust, right? And I think we're criticizing the queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there. The falling off from the queen. Of the queen. The queen fell off from the king, whose love was of that dignity that it went hand in hand even with the vow I made to her marriage. And it fell from, we are criticizing the queen here, and we're saying that the queen is a slut. Jesus. Okay. So right now Hamlet is in his own head, or speaking to this ghost, which may or may not be a real ghost, thinks his mom's a slut. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Thy uncle stone with the juice of cursed poison in a vial, and the porches enters within my ears. He poured poison into my ear, whose effect holds such an enmity with blood man that swift as quicksilver, it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with a sudden vigor it doth possess and curd like eager droppings into milk, the thin and wholesome blood. So did it mine, and a most instant terror barked about. Okay, ugh, yeah, we're turning him into Lazarus with the violent books all over my smooth body. I wonder if this crust idea came earlier. Give me a second. Crust, 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 crust. Place. No, 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 no. We were talking about morality earlier. I'm kind of forgetting, keeping track of crusting, crusting, crusting. No crusting, I think, right? I don't think we got any. Yeah, no crusting. Okay, back to crust. Okay. So thus was I, sleeping by brother's hand, of life of crown of queen, at once dispatched, cut off, and even in the blossoms of my sin, unhoused. So without being able to confess, yes, go straight to hell. Oh, horrible. So now the slut mom and the vile uncle have actually, with their timing of the poison, actually sent his father, his beautiful, romantic, wonderful father, to hell. Okay, that's the situation. That's what the ghost is telling Hamlet. One on one, no one else can verify what Hamlet is going through right now. There's no objective proof that this is a real conversation. Oh horrible, most horrible, if thou be has nature in thee, do not suffer this injustice of luxury and damned incest, but whomsoever thou pursuest in this act, do not let yourself be corrupted. However you revenge me, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother at all, any punishment. No. Do not punish your mom. Leave her to heaven. Okay. Fare thee well at once. That's weird. Okay. It's a lot to handle, honestly. So I just finished this little this speech. Let me see. Hamlet is there talking to the ghost. Mom's a hoe. Uncle poisoned him. Father. But don't punish mother. I guess that's. I mean, like, if we continue with the interpretation that Hamlet's actually just kind of going crazy right now and just like in his moody, emotional self, I mean, it could just be a moral compunction, right? He might just be feeling like he shouldn't go against his own mother, because the uncle is definitely a more convenient target. So just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna analyze this any further. Oh, all you host of heaven, O earth, what else? And shall I? Oh, add hell. Oh, fie. Hold my heart, and you, my sinews, grow not instant old, but bear me up. Okay, so we're moving to action. Remember thee, thou poor ghost, while memory holds a seat in this distracted globe in my head, but also in the Globe Theater and the audience, because we're kind of shouting out how ridiculous everyone's booing and jeering, right? Everyone's excited at this point when we're watching the play. Remember thee. So this is this is actually kind of an epic, it's a very emotional scene, okay? And this monologue is going to happen to a rowdy crowd, okay? I would expect the crowd to be like, noisy. Remember thee, yea, from the table of my memory, wipe away all trivial fond records, foolish all saws of book, all forms, all pressures, past that youth and thy come. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of all my old morality, and I will live for revenge alone. Okay, I'm gonna wipe out all morality. I will only be driven by vengeance. Yes, by heaven, O most pernicious woman, O villain, my tables meet it is, appropriate it is, I set it down, that one may smile and be a villain. At least I am sure it may be so in Denmark. So uncle, there you are. Now to my word. Adieu, adieu, remember me. I have sworn it. Heaven secure, and so be it. Oh, wonderful, good my lord, tell it. No, you will reveal it, not I. Not I. You will. If I tell you my secret, you're going to talk about it. You're going to gab, or you're going to blab. You'll be secret. There's never a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an errant knave. Yes. Okay, there's a bit of humor here. This bit of like mutual misunderstanding driven by the dramatic irony of us knowing who he's talking about and them not knowing at all who he's talking about. Why you right? You are in the right, and so without more circumstance at all, I hold it fit that we shall shake hands and part. You shall point you. I'm not going to tell you what's happening. Okay, you are confusing me. I'm sorry. There's no offense. Yes, by Sandra, but there is offense, much offense concerning this vision. It's an honest ghost. Okay, so again, we have no. Hamlet has this wild vision in his head with this ghost. Now, this ghost, weirdly enough, has been verified by the others, but the conversation itself is just madness, right? No one else spoke with the ghost. Only Hamlet spoke with the ghost, right? So we have this kind of like weird balancing act where it's not clear whether the ghost ever spoke with Hamlet ever at all, or if it's just Hamlet's own madness, Prince Hamlet's own madness. And Hamlet doesn't say anything. So from the standpoint of the watch, they're just like, what the hell? What's going on? And now, good friends, give me one poor request: do not ever speak. So of course, it just becomes a collective madness. All right, swear. Swear by my sword, swear. Here and everywhere. Then we'll shift our ground. Oh, the ghost says swear. I didn't even notice that. Okay. It's also kind of funny. Swear by his sword. Okay, well said, old mole. Canst work in the earth so fast, a worthy pioneer. Once more remove, good friends. Now I'm wondering, the ghost and Hamlet are speaking, but this is wondrous strange. Proposed it. Horatio is speaking, but no one's responding to the ghost. Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous. No one is actually clearly responding to the ghost, which makes it very confusing. Is it only Hamlet that hears the ghost? There are more things in earth, heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt off in your philosophy. As if it had a guest right to courteous husband. How strange are some... This is interesting because this little exchange makes it sound like Horatio is just talking about Hamlet, and Hamlet is just saying... Yeah, it's very ambiguous. It's actually unclear if Horatio hears the ghost at all. Yeah, Horatio doesn't seem to hear the ghost at all. Because proposed oath, my lord, he doesn't acknowledge the ghost. Nuts. 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 Okay. This is like a crazy person talking. Brother, in this earth, there are things beyond your imagination. That's what Hamlet is saying. And Horatio's like, what the hell is going on? Dude. Oh man, that is wild. That is funny and scary. But so basically, Hamlet looks like a crazy person. But come here as before, never. So help you mercy. How strange or odd some So ever I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think me to put an. And now, here as before, never. So help you mercy. And it's actually crazy how much Hamlet interrupts his own speech all the time. He sounds like a crazy person. How strange or odd, soever, I bear myself, as if I, after this, will think it appropriate to act like a crazy person, that you at such time seeing me never shall, with arms folded thus, or this head shake, or reference a suspicious phrase, ambiguous phrase, oh, well, we could, if we would, or if we list to speak, or there be, if they might, that you know anything of me, this not to do, so grace and mercy at your most need help you. Swear. Give me a second. This part feels important to me. So, this is not the main clause. It's like, however strange. Wait, is this the main clause? I can't tell if this is the main clause or not. That you at such time see me never shall to note that you know aught of me. Never shall to know that you see me. That you at such time see me to note that you know aught of me. This not to do, so grace and mercy at your most need help you. So grace and mercy at your most need help you. To note that you know anything of me. I can't parse this grammar, but Hamlet sounds like a crazy person. He's like acknowledging how crazy he seems, but he's asking them to swear. And like, if I were Horatio, I would warn other people right away. This is insane. They swear finally. Rest, perturbed spirit. So gentlemen, with all the love I do commend me to you. Hamlet is friending to you. God willing shall not lag. Let us go together. Still your fingers on my lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. It's, oh, curse despite that ever I was born to set it right. Nay, come. Nay, come. Let's go together. Okay. And they don't reply at all. So they're just like, okay, we swear. Like the way I'm visualizing it, it's just like they're just kind of like wild-eyed at Hamlet. And they're just, Hamlet is like, his presence is much larger and everyone else is shrunk. And they're kind of just like, huh? Like, what am I supposed to do with this guy? We're just going to go along with what he's asking us. That's kind of the way I'm reading this right now. Wow. That was a very exciting scene 5. All right, guys. So that is it for Act 1. In the next stream 1 week from now, I will be covering Act 2. If you want to join a community where you can just study with other people, including the SAT, and play word games, there is a Discord server that I run, that I manage. I'm active on it. I log in at least like 5 days a week. So you can find that link in the Discord, in the description below. Down here, okay? And if this stream helped you whatsoever with like understanding some of the passages and kind of getting into where the exciting parts of the story actually are, please hit that like button, and if you would like to get more notifications of other things coming up, hit that subscribe button as well. My plans are to continue with Hamlet, and then after that, I'll read some other book, and if there's a lot of people who are actually following with me, then we can kind of decide the next book together. Besides that, I also do SAT streams and SAT programs. You can look more into that in the description below. And I am also intending to do some AP language stuff as well. That'll be it for announcements. I'll see you guys next week. And until then, keep on learning, keep on growing. Peace.